Welcome to the new Bkfc app. Get monthly Bkfc events for $7.99.
People that are missing it are missing out big time.
Enjoy our all-new library of content, including behind-the-scenes access, exclusive Bkfc original series, and additional live bare-knuckle fights from around the globe. Knuckle up with the new Bkfc app, only $7.99 per month. It's the biggest bare-knuckle fighting championship card ever. In the main event, Platinum Mike Perry knuckles up with Eddie the Underground King Alvarez. In the heavyweight co-main event, Big Ben Rothwell and Todd Duffee collide. Also a rematch for the women's bare-knuckle world title as champ Christine Misfit Ferea fights Rowdy Beck Rawlings. Plus 2 other world title fights. Watch the world's most exciting combat sport live Saturday, December 2nd on pay-per-view. More info at bkfc.com.
Welcome to Salt Lake City, the crossroads of the West and the capital city of the great state of Utah, and the site for the biggest bare-knuckle fighting event in history, Bkfc 56, on Saturday, December 2nd. On this incredible card, on top of the card, it will be Mike Perry taking on Eddie Alvarez for the King of Violence Championship. And in the co-main event, it'll be a massive matchup as Big Ben Rothwell takes on Todd Duffee. A championship matchup, it will be your Bkfc Women's Flyweight Champion, Christine Ferea, matching up once again with Rowdy Beck Rawlings. The vacant Bkfc Heavyweight Championship will be contested against former champion Arnold Adams and the British Mick Tyrrell. And our final championship bout, the Bkfc Featherweight Championship, will be on the line as champion Kai Stewart takes on Howard Davis. And ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Maverick Center. It will be the site for Bkfc 56 as Bucked Up Energy presents your Bkfc 56 press conference, also sponsored by MIP 45. Ladies and gentlemen, we are very excited to be in the great state of Utah for our very first event. And folks, we can tell you that there are limited seats available for this incredible event on December 2nd. If you want to be a part of history, be in person to witness this event, go to bkfc.com, go to the BKFC app, and you can get locked in. Now, if you want to watch this at home, obviously a great option. We'd love to have you. On the Bkfc app, you'll be able to purchase this on Fight and your local cable and satellite providers. Now, ladies and gentlemen, let's meet the fighters that will be taking in the squared circle for this historic event. First, on my right, this 2-0 Bkfc fighter has been a force in every organization he's been in, from his early work in the IFL to his victories over Alistair Overeem, Matt Mitrione, and Josh Barnett in the UFC. Living up to his nickname, he's the biggest athlete in Bkfc today, Big Ben Rothwell. And his opponent on the night, this imposing powerhouse, knows only one way to fight: full speed, full power. In his 16-year MMA career, he's picked up wins around the world and holds the record for the third fastest knockout in UFC history. Please welcome Todd Duffee to the BKFC. This next man made his debut at BKFC 41 with an exhilarating win over Chad Mendez in what's considered one of the best fights in BKFC history. In his illustrious MMA career, he's won championships in nearly every organization he's fought in, from Bellator to the UFC, with wins over names like Pettis, Chandler, and Gaethje, considered a legend in combat sports, representing the city of brotherly love, the Underground King, Eddie Alvarez. And finally, one of the most exciting fighters on the planet today. It took him a little over a year to go 3-0 in the BKFC with wins over Julian Lane, Michael Venom Page, and Luke Rockhold. His tenacious fighting styles quickly made him the face of BKFC. And on December 2nd, he looks to become the undisputed king of violence, Orlando's own Platinum Mike Perry. And now, ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce the man who had the vision to bring this sport to the masses on June 2nd, 2018, just one state away from here in Cheyenne, Wyoming. After more than a decade of promoting fights, since then, he's helped get sanctioning for this sport in 20-plus states. And by the end of 2023, we'll have events in 14 states, 4 countries, with that number to grow exponentially. The founder, the president of BKFC, David Feldman.
Thanks, Cyrus. Thanks, everybody. I appreciate everybody coming out here today. This is going to be an epic event here in Salt Lake City. I really wanted to get out in Salt Lake City about 4 years ago, and we weren't able to make it happen. And here we are today with our biggest show possible, coming here December 2nd. It wouldn't be possible without our sponsorships, our partnership, especially with Bucked Up. Bucked Up is a staple here in Salt Lake City, and we're also happy to announce another partnership with Bucked Up. Launching our pre-workout with Bucked Up. It's going to be called Bare Knuckle Punch. Our pre-workout with Bucked Up. It's going to be distributed in everywhere that Bucked Up is distributed. So we're super, super excited about that. We also have our other partners from Salt Lake City, Mick 45, who has been a great, great partner to us. Mick 45 Kratom, right here in Salt Lake City. Another great partnership for us. We also have our other sponsors, Crescent Tools, OnlyFans, and DraftKings. DraftKings will be providing the odds on this fight. I don't know what they are right now, but they will be providing them. This event will be live on pay-per-view on all satellite and cable networks in the United States and Canada, as well as Fight TV. All BKFC app subscribers will be receiving an email right now, actually, with your discount to watch that fight on pay-per-view through one of our providers. We're also going to add one other fight that hasn't been much talked about. It was whispered, but we weren't sure we were getting it done. It's going to be Jeremy Stevens, former really big-time legend in the UFC. He's going to be taking on another legend in the UFC, Jimmy Rivera. So that's going to be a really, really good escorting matchup to this card. And, of course, I'm super excited about the guys that are on this stage right now. Obviously, I got Big Ben Rothwell up here. He's the biggest guy in our organization. His fights are fast and furious, and I'm really glad to have him back here. He's taken on really explosive fighter in Todd Duffee, former UFC fighter, fought all over the world. He's actually also an actor. He's been in a lot of movies that you guys have seen, but he's not going to be able to act on December 2nd. He's going to have to show up and fight his ass off against Big Ben Rothwell. That's going to be an explosive fight, and I'm really super excited about this fight. This fight is an awesome fight. It's going to be for the King of Violence Championship. We created a new belt for this fight because we got the 2 most violent men in the world in Eddie Alvarez and Mike Perry, and they're going to battle it out for the King of Violence Championship. So I'm gonna turn that over to Cyrus now.
All right, so let's do some questions here with everybody on the dais to get everything started before we go to the media. First up, Big Ben Rothwell. When you found out that you were going to be facing off against Todd Duffee, what was your reaction? What do you look for in this matchup with Duffee?
The truth is, he was somebody that I presented early last year. We were potentially going to match up for the BKFC 41. So he was kind of on my radar. He's a guy that, like you said, he's been around. Him and I have fought some of the toughest people on the planet. His fighting style encourages one thing, like he's bringing action, right? He's bringing a force to look for a knockout, just as I do. So the real winner is going to be the fans. 100%. We're going to collide, and there's going to be a body on the floor.
All right, now let's go to your opponent on the night, Todd Duffee. You're making your debut in the BKFC. You've obviously fought all around the world. What is it about Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship that enticed you? Why did you sign with the BKFC?
BKFC is one of the most exciting fresh sports in the world right now. It's amazing. It's like being a part of a movement. You know, the fans are rabid, the sport's exciting, and I mean, what a more exciting opponent than Ben Rothwell.
Going to be a great fight. Now let's go to our main event for the King of Violence Championship. We'll go to Mike Perry first. Mike, obviously you have had to step up with opponents every time here in the BKFC. Fought some of the toughest in the world, Michael Venom Page, Luke Rockhold. What is it about Eddie Alvarez that gets you excited, and is this the biggest fight of your career?
Yeah, next one's always the best one. This is the next one. I'm really excited. I mean, come on, bro. 3 different organizations he's been a champion of, and I'm going to make it look easy when I go out there and smash his face in.
So I'm just going to go straight to you, Eddie. Give me a response to that. Mike talks a lot. He's backed it up here in the BKFC with some of the best performances. What do you think about Mike Perry here, and what do you think about this matchup?
I think him saying it's easy is silly because
Doesn't matter what you think.
It's silly. Here's why. Here's facts about Mike Perry. The only person he's finished in the past 6 years is Luke Rockhold, who is not a bare knuckle fighter. He's a kicker and a jiu-jitsu guy. So you saying you're going to finish me, who I mean barely ever happens, is fucking silly, and you know that's a lie because you ain't finished no one in 6 years except for Luke Rockhold. That's the truth.
But you too worried about shit that ain't here. It's the past, and I'm going to smash your face because I've been practicing boxing all this time now. I'm the best bare knuckle boxer on the planet, period, and I don't care what anybody else has to say about it. The proof is in the pudding. We're going to see how many times. I'm going to play a little game with you. We're going to see how many times you can get up from the floor when I knock your ass down. 8, 9 times? Are you going to get up that many times? Because I'm going to knock you down.
Every time, Mike. Every single time.
No
We'll
way.
see how you deal with it. You know,
you ain't
do
got
it.
shit for me.
Yeah, all right.
I'm gonna beat your ass so bad, bro. It's gonna be hilarious. It's gonna be like playing with my child.
All right, we'll see. We'll see. You ain't had an easy fight. Luke Rockhold's your only easy fight. You had Joanne Lane. You had MVP. You arguably lost to both of them, and then before that, you got your ass whooped in the UFC. So like,
I could tell you
coming
arguably
out,
lost to Chad Mendez, and that was at 165 against a 145er.
I didn't.
You
He's faster
want to
than
test
you.
yourself. You need to fire whoever got you this opportunity. I'm grateful to. You're a 3-time world organization championship.
I asked for you. There's not an opportunity. I asked for you, and I got you. I asked for you.
I didn't ask for you because I didn't want to do that to you, bro.
I asked for you.
But I'm gonna do it to you now.
Let's do it then.
It's easy work.
That's what we're here for.
Listen, you can both say you're the best at bare knuckle. That's fine. You can have that title. But when the night's over and one of you got that belt, is either of you going to be able to stop me from coming to take it from you?
Damn right I'm going to stop your ass. You come try it. You come try it. Get your look.
I want to start
Can't
with
throw
the
elbows.
underground king, Eddie Alvarez, champion in Bellator, champion in the UFC. You just said it. You've called for this fight. What does a victory over Platinum Mike Perry in the BKFC mean for you and your legacy?
I've fought Justin Gaethje for the first belt of the most violent man in the world, and I won that. I'm simply defending it against Mike Perry. So for me right now in BKFC, he's the guy here. He's the guy who's getting it done. He's the one everyone's talking about. And I'm not here for a long time. I'm here for a good time. So, like, I want Mike Perry.
Let's give him what he wants, baby. He wants out. I'm going to give him the door.
On that note, Platinum, Eddie feels like he can go toe-to-toe with you. If you knock him down, he feels like he'll get back up and knock you down. How can you be assure all the Platinum fans that December 2nd, he stays down when you face him inside the square circle?
I'm Rico Suave in that square circle, baby. Bare knuckle boxing is my thing. I keep my cool in there. I'm way cooler. Got way more swag than Eddie Alvarez ever had his entire career. And I'm just coming into my prime. I'm going to lay him down nice so he can walk away.
Big Ben Rothwell, 2-0 here in the BKFC. You finish your opponents. You look unstoppable in there. Do you think after a victory, if you are victorious December 2nd, you got to be calling for the title shot next?
I called for the title shot after the last fight, and that didn't seem to matter, did it? So I'm just going to have to keep knocking people out, and eventually things are going to happen. So.
Well, on that note, to the boss, Mr. Feldman, is there anything that these two heavyweights can do to earn a title shot December 2nd?
Score an explosive knockout here on December 2nd. Give the fans what they want to see. Give them a kick-ass fight and score an explosive knockout here. This fight is not going the distance. This fight will not go the distance. So the winner of this fight is putting himself in very, very good position with our organization.
Agreed and done deal.
I thought this title was for the Lions, not sheep. AAA world title, anytime, anywhere, anyway. You didn't tell him, David?
There you go.
And lastly, for you, Todd, how do you put this Big Ben Rothwell down? You've seen what he's done to his opponents in Bkfc. It's different than mixed martial arts. How do you predict that you're going to be victorious December 2nd?
It's a real David versus Goliath situation. I got quite a bit of rocks to go out there and test all three of his chins.
Eddie's over there looking all fat and bloated and shit, trying to come up to 175. Make sure you put the punches on slow motion so you can see the ripple effect.
My next question for Platinum. So you've been saying that easy work, but he is a 3-champ organization. Did you have to do anything different preparing for him, or take anything serious about it, or was it just easy work through and through?
Look, I think what I've been doing has been working well. I continue to train harder every time. The next one is always the best one. And now I understand that people have put their own foot in their mouth in the past, saying things about their opponent, maybe saying they underestimated them or things like that. And I'm not underestimating Eddie Alvarez. He is a 3-time champion in 3 organizations, and the 3 biggest, that people know of in MMA. So, bare knuckle boxing is my sport. I love the boxing, the swagger to it, and I'm here to do what I'm saying I'm going to do, and I'm going to make it look easy. I'm going to go out there. I'm going to smash him every second of these 2-minute rounds, and I want to see how many times he can get up from the ground. I think the first time I put him down, he might not get up.
Now I want to follow up with Eddie. So you hear him saying you're easy work. I mean, you've been a champ. You fought, I think, one of the best fights in the history here. What do you think that you've done different, or bring different to Mike?
I'm older than Mike. I think he thinks because I'm older that's a disadvantage, but I'm smarter than Mike. I'm faster than Mike. I have more submissions than Mike. I have as many knockouts as he has fights. By the way, I'm just all right. I'm just. Let me say my piece. I have more knockouts than this man has fights. I have more title rounds, and I have more wins over more world champions than he's ever fought. And the only thing, I'm more conditioned. I'm more violent, and the only thing this man has on me, he's a slightly taller, he's slower, and he has better hair than I do. And that's it. That's simply it. Other than that, I'm better. I'm better than everything.
Just because he's bald, I can't let no bald motherfucker beat me. Shine that thing up for you when I put you down, boy.
My last question for Ben. So you hear him saying the David Goliath and the chin comment. Does that make you want to go out there and get a knockout, or you want to make it miserable and drag him?
I had no reply because I just laughed. He said the same thing to Frank Mir, and look how that turned out.
So one question here as I get to the next media member, and I'll go back to you, Ben. Do you feel like his fight style, the way that Todd fights, you think like it's going to translate here to BKFC, or do you feel like this could be an easy night for you?
I don't think such things. I know what I'm going to do. And if you're going to describe him as a fighter, and he knows it, he's kind of described as you call a glass cannon. So tons of offense, and if you're on the wrong end of it, that's the way it is in the heavyweight game. The only drawback to him, and he knows what it is he can't let me touch him because he knows how this is going to end if I do. So my goal to victory is pretty straightforward, and that's a small circle.
This question's for David Feldman. I know you put a fan vote out there to see which of the 3 following belts would be the one that would be the King of Violence one. So I'm just curious if you guys picked one of them yet.
We did pick it. Unfortunately, I can't show it to you right now. It's coming in about a week. It's the second belt. It's the belt with the crown on the top. It's actually on screen right now. You guys here can't see it, but everybody at home can see it. It's the one we're showing on screen right now. Thanks to Ariel Hawani for putting that on his show, putting that poll up. And I think he's going to have these guys come on for a face-off before the fight as well. But, yeah, man, it's awesome. We got the crowd involved in that. We had 47,000 votes on that, and they picked that boat. That belt. They voted on that belt. So we're going with that belt, and I'm happy about it, and I'm happy to be able to do something a little different up here. This is a violent sport. Look, we run to it. We say what it is. It's a brutal sport. It's not as dangerous as anything else out there, but you have to be a different kind of person to fight bare knuckle fighting, and these guys are. They're different, and that's why they're fighting for the King of Violence championship.
And I know all the fans are excited for that fight as well. So do you expect the winner of the King of Violence, the winner of that, to defend that title, or is this kind of just a one-and-done thing?
Yeah, I think this is probably going to be a one-and-done thing for us. It was something. We're going to continue to do different things in this organization to get different eyes on this sport, so we're going to do different things. And this was a great time for this chance. It came up. We ran on it. We have two violent guys, a Philly guy and a Florida guy, that are going to collide in the squared circle on December 2nd here in Salt Lake City. It's going to be an epic, epic night.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, question for David Feldman. Obviously, you continue to one-up yourself. Obviously, we opened up the state of Utah. You're all about expansion, about opening new states. What are some of the things that we can expect in 2024 that you know right now?
I know that we have two states that I thought we were never going to get sanctioned for years. They'll be opened up in December and in January, two of the most popular states for fights in the country. In 2024, we're going to do 60-plus events in 9 different countries around the world. In 2018, when we started, we did 3 events in 2 states. In 2024, we're going to do 60 events in 9 countries. Pretty amazing growth.
Question for Mike Perry. You've obviously signed a long-term deal here with the Bkfc. You've obviously seen a lot in this company. Having a fight like Eddie Alvarez, Luke Rockhold, all these big names. What excites you about the future of BKFC?
When I get that title wrapped around my waist, it is really just beginning for me. Sky's the limit. Opportunities are endless. And I could beat anyone on the planet in this rule set. So, when I make it look easy beating Eddie, and I'm going to keep reminding him so that he comes after me, and I'm going to smash his fucking face in.
You ever win a title? I don't think you ever had one.
Easy
this
work,
might
bro.
be your first, Mike.
Easy work.
Mike, if you happen to win, this will be your first title, right?
Look how fat you are.
Because you've never won one.
Chubby,
You've
fucking
never won
bloated.
One. Never.
Fat, bald.
Never.
Get knocked out ass.
Never had a belt. I was so happy when they made a belt because I knew you can't win one. So I'm like, this works out perfect for me.
It's the time to take the belt. I'll be the first ever 4 fucking champion because you got 3 in different organizations and I'm taking this one. 4-1. Easy fucking work, bro. That's what you are.
Johnny here with iHeartMedia Salt Lake. My first question's for Big Ben. How's it feel coming out here to Salt Lake City? What are your thoughts on fighting here? Is the elevation going to be a factor? How's it feel just walking around right now?
Feels great. Actually, when I got off the airport, my first time in Utah, Salt Lake City here, and I was immediately impressed. It's very clean. The city's very pretty. The people have been super nice to us. A little bit of time I've already been here. Been walked up to by a lot of people already, and I'm excited. I want to come back after the fight and take it in more. Elevation is, it is what it is because I've been in Denver already. It was the last one, and I've fought in elevation a lot of times throughout the world, so it's just part of the game and something to do with. Another thing is it's shorter rounds, and I don't intend on this fight going that far anyway, so we're going to make it not matter.
My next question is for Mike Perry. Given your success and your transition into bare knuckle compared to MMA, what has that transition been like? Were there any hurdles? Was it an easier transition for your fight style?
Yeah, I mean, you kind of answered it there. I really enjoy the boxing. The bare knuckle thing was like, it was intriguing because a lot of the good guys in the top companies shied away from it. They're like, damn, I don't want to end up there. And I was like, you know, I'll take it in stride and be like, I'll fucking run over there and run to the top of the hill and see who wants to come take my spot, you know? So that's what I'm here for. I'm trying to do big things, bring us up to the top. Bare knuckle, people know when they watch that, like, come on, bro, I give it everything I got the whole time. It's just a fact. It's true. So, and I put the work in the gym. Bro, I felt amazing the other day in the gym training hard. And at 175, I'm making this weight cut. I haven't cut this weight in a while now. I'm feeling like a star, bro. I'm feeling like this is my time. I'm really reaching my prime. And this is my chance to show the world that, you know, get behind me and shout out USA. I looked at my analytics and my insights, and USA got my back, baby. I'm the #1 USA fighter.
My last question is for Eddie. Given your success with the UFC and everything, do you feel now that your legacy is on the line with this fight, or do you feel like you've accomplished enough?
I think everybody's last fight that everything's on the line every single time. So like, no, I've never been one to sit back and look at belts and say, hey, I'm complacent. I'm always uneasy. I'm always a little bit afraid. I want opponents that kind of keep me up at night. I'm never satisfied. I never have been. Maybe that's just me personally, but that's the way I am. I probably should look back and see the things I did and be happy about it, but I think I'll have that time when I'm finally done fighting where I'll be happy about what I did. But until then, I'm rumbling. That's what I'm going to do. I'm Philadelphia. That's what I do.
Eddie, I want to stay with you. You know, when we talk about when this fight actually goes down, there's obviously been a lot of talk. When you look at Mike's past fights, where do you feel like you're definitely going to have the advantage here? What is your path to victory on this fight?
His past fights, there's a few of them. I've had sparring partners who fought Mike, and I've seen how he's done against them, so I kind of can gauge, you know, a decent amount of how he did versus them, how I did versus him, kind of gauge a little bit like that. But it seems like he's done worse against the smaller opponents who are speedier. It's a different speed down at 155, and people think because you're bigger, you're better, and that's not necessary. The speed changes at lightweight. That's why lightweight's always been the #1 weight in the world. Everybody wants to watch it because it's just action-packed. There's no slowdown. You can't afford to not be conditioned. So that weight is where I started. That's the most well-conditioned, best athletes in the world are at lightweight. And for me, bumping up to welterweight, it's just a natural occurrence for me.
All you little lightweights get smashed.
I can't.
It's fucking different over here, bro. You're banking on being shorter, but I'm going to keep you at range and distance. And I'm going to box your socks off.
You're slower. You're
Not a fucking chance. I'm way faster than you. We can race right now. We can race right now.
We're fighting. We ain't racing. We're fighting.
And you say you like to be scared. You know I'm the boogeyman.
Yeah.
Feldman already getting ready. I was finna come over.
So that's that.
All right, and I'm going to go one more question here with David Feldman. You know, for the other 3 fights here of these big 5 fights, obviously with the announcement of Jeremy Stephens and Jimmy Rivera, now it's a big 6 fights. We're going to be seeing the undercard here on our social media very soon. That being said, the other 3 big fights, just kind of let the folks know at home what they can expect from these great fights here that we have rounding out the main card.
So we have 4 championship fights in this card. We have the King of Violence Championship. We have our heavyweight championship, Arnold Adams versus Mick Terrell. They already fought. Arnold Adams won by a knockout. Mick Terrell was coming off of COVID. He was sick. He wants redemption. He has his chance for redemption here. We have a women's championship fight, Beck Rawlings versus Christine Ferea. That the original fight took place April in Denver. Great fight. Beck Rawlings got stopped on cuts. She won a redemption. We're giving her redemption. She's going to have a chance to win that championship. And we got Kai Stewart defending his championship against H.G. Howard Davis. And we also have the fight that I just added, Jeremy Stephens versus Jimmy Rivera. Probably the most stacked card you're going to see in combat sports all year. I mean, you got 4 championship fights on this card, a big heavyweight fight, and a lot of these guys from Salt Lake City on the undercard. I don't have all the lists in front of me, but thanks to all the fighters that wanted to step up from Salt Lake City and have an appearance on this major mega card here December 2nd. Thank you guys. I can't wait to see you guys fight.
All right, and I think that's it for today, folks, and we look forward to seeing everybody here December 2nd, Saturday. It'll be live on pay-per-view, on Fight on the BKFC app, and your local satellite providers. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you at BKFC 56.
It's the biggest bare knuckle fighting championship card ever. In the main event, Platinum Mike Perry knuckles up with Eddie the Underground King Alvarez. In the heavyweight co-main event, Big Ben Rothwell and Todd Duffee collide. Also a rematch for the women's bare knuckle world title as champ Christine Misfit Ferea fights Rowdy Beck Rawlings. Plus 2 other world title fights. Watch the world's most exciting combat sport live Saturday, December 2nd on pay-per-view. More info at bkfc.com.
Not a chance, bro. Not a chance, bro. You so short, bro. I'm so good at this boxing shit. I swear I'm so good. You don't stand a chance. Big cheese. Damn, them things hard, man. What you taking?
Welcome to the new Bkfc app. Get monthly Bkfc events for $7.99.
People that are missing it are missing out big time.
Enjoy our all-new library of content, including behind-the-scenes access, exclusive Bkfc original series, and additional live bare-knuckle fights from around the globe. Knuckle up with the new Bkfc app, only $7.99 per month. It's the biggest bare knuckle fighting championship card ever. In the main event, Platinum Mike Perry knuckles up with Eddie the Underground King Alvarez. In the heavyweight co-main event, Big Ben Rothwell and Todd Duffee collide. Also a rematch for the women's bare knuckle world title as champ Christine Misfit Ferea fights Rowdy Beck Rawlings. Plus 2 other world title fights. Watch the world's most exciting combat sport live Saturday, December 2nd on pay-per-view. More info at bkfc.com.